The gaming landscape is building toward a major wave of highly anticipated releases that have captured attention across the industry. With strong player interest and ambitious design goals, these titles are shaping expectations for what the next generation of games will deliver. Let's get into it. Project Windless is a single-player open-world action RPG built on Unreal Engine 5. The player controls a recon warrior in a fantasy setting based on the bird that drinks tears. The game features large-scale real-time combat against hundreds of enemies that require timing and skill. It includes a wide map with varied regions such as ruined strongholds and open lands. Player decisions affect events and interactions between humans, recon, naga, and tokebi.
This world was never yours to keep. How dare you stand in the way of purity, little king?
Black Myth Zhong is a single-player action role-playing game based on Chinese folklore. The player takes control of Zhong, a ghost-catching figure who moves between hell and earth. The game focuses on fighting supernatural enemies using real-time combat. It builds on the Black Myth series with a new story and character focus. It continues the studio's approach to myth-based design while expanding gameplay systems introduced in Black Myth Wukong.
No scolding, no flogging, life spared. Why risk going back? This place, we've got food on our table and...
Silkovsky once said.
Atomic Heart 2 is an action-adventure role-playing game set in a retro-futuristic alternate history. The player explores a large world with a strong focus on story, character interaction, and player freedom across global-scale events. The game expands its RPG systems with more activities and progression options. Combat allows the use of both hands at once by combining glove abilities with melee and ranged weapons. Returning and new characters help shape the narrative.
For this. the dawn of a new era. The era of Atomic Heart 2.
Stranger Than Heaven is an action-adventure game where the player moves through 5 different time periods across 5 cities. Each era features its own setting and events connected to a larger story. The gameplay includes close-range combat similar to the studio's previous titles, combined with character-driven scenes. Shifting timelines introduce changes in environments, encounters, and narrative progression across different historical moments. Hunter the Reckoning. Deathwish is an action role-playing game set in New York. The player becomes a hunter tracking supernatural creatures hidden among civilians. The gameplay includes investigation, infiltration, and combat to eliminate targets. The game features character customization with strengths and flaws. A safe house expands over time. Player decisions affect survival, relationships with companions, and how missions unfold against vampires, werewolves, and other threats.
Waiting for its prey.
Shaw took control. There's nothing here.
We have learned, we've prepared, and we won't let it happen again. A reckoning 전하께 아뢰옵니다. 산천의 초목이 이미 시들어 죽었어.
MOOSA Dirty Fate is an action game set in 17th century Korea. The player controls a warrior named Gun. Combat includes sword and bow, fighting against demons, hostile factions, and large creatures drawn from folklore. The game features both large-scale battles and one-on-one encounters. Different regions offer varied combat setups. Story details are uncovered through interactions, records, and enemy encounters tied to the mystery surrounding the Amugi.
무너지고 있사옵니다, 전하. 게다가 삼남 지방에는 정체를 알 수 없는 무리들이 출몰하여 고을을 불태우고 백성들과 관리들을 무참히 도륙하고 있사옵니다. 바라옵건대 전하, 부디 백성들을 구하여 주소서.
Just take care of your little freaking robo-zoo and let me do my thing.
Artificial Detective is a third-person action-adventure game. The player controls a robot detective investigating a city controlled by rogue machines. Gameplay includes combat, hacking, stealth, and environmental tools to handle encounters. The game features a companion system with a robo-dog and a human ally who unlock abilities and support progression. Missions involve gathering clues, managing resources, and moving across districts to uncover the reason behind humanity's disappearance.
No touching. You got your toy? These are my toys. I'm a detective, not a babysitter, all right? What the f...
A year ago, Ocean Eye, a powerful mining corporation, shut down one of its submarine stations in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Cthulhu: The Cosmic Abysses is a first-person adventure game where the player takes on the role of an occult investigator sent to a deep-sea mining station. The gameplay involves exploration, puzzle solving, and gathering clues to uncover what happened. It includes branching paths and an AI companion that assists during investigations. A sanity system is affected by encounters with cosmic entities while navigating a submerged city filled with shifting environments and hidden routes.
Your mission is simple. Descend to the station, determine what happened to the crew, and verify what they found. Your only support will be your onboard AI, Key. This is not a rescue operation, Agent Williams. It is a containment assessment. You are to observe and report only. Whatever you find down there, do not engage. So, are you ready to take the mission?
Yes.
Gang of Dragon is an action-adventure game set in Shinjuku, Tokyo, where the player controls Shin Ji-song, a member of a crime syndicate operating in Kabukicho. The gameplay takes place from a third-person view, with combat focused on hand-to-hand strikes, blade attacks, gun use, and vehicle action. Story events involve interactions with underworld groups and characters, with player actions influencing how situations develop across the city.
Shinji-san, yeah? Time to settle up.
Hey, Daiki. When'd you make it back?
Excuse me, sir. Shut your mouth.
All right. Talk soon.
On your feet, now. Son of a... Fuck it! Just kill him!
Kina Scars of Kosmora puts the player in control of Kina as she reaches an island affected by corruption and searches for a cure. Combat relies on elemental abilities and spirit guide techniques used against enemies and bosses. Spirit companions act as tools that unlock new actions for puzzles and traversal. Progress comes from strengthening these companions while uncovering temples, regions, and details tied to the island's condition. Blood Message is an action-adventure game where the player controls a messenger and his son traveling across East and Central Asia during the Tang Dynasty. The gameplay uses a third-person view with a mix of combat, stealth, and survival elements. Progression follows a linear structure as the pair move through dangerous regions. Encounters reflect the chaos of the Shaju uprising, while the main objective remains delivering a message to Chang'an.
我是认真决定的，我还是想再试一次。
今日我们所流的血，是为了把大唐带回来。我们必须在破城之前把宁带出来。 安宁，等着我。
安宁，安宁，
阿爷，我将追随杀出一举。
去长安，你这是让他们去送死！
输赢成败，皆如沙上之塔，风来即散。为众生之苦，长漫于天地之间。
回家吧，这一切毫无意义。天命所归，我才是大唐。 我们除了死更多人，什么都不会改变。
帮助，你走不出这片沙漠。如果神不肯拯救我们的部族，那就让我来！
阿娘，等着我。
十对信使，每个人都做好了有去无回的打算。
Forza Horizon 6 is a racing game set in Japan where the player drives over 550 real-world cars across a large map that includes cities, rural areas, and industrial zones. The gameplay includes solo and multiplayer races, progression through festival events, and car collection systems. Players can customize vehicles, own houses with garages, and create events using tools that allow building and sharing custom challenges within the game world.
The hideout is on fire.
The Godslayer is an open-world role-playing game set in a steampunk city where the player controls an elemancer named Cheng, who uses elemental powers like fire, water, earth, metal, and wood in combat. Gameplay involves learning abilities from scrolls and masters while combining elements for different effects. The city includes multiple factions, requiring alliances, favors, and decisions that influence progress while preparing to confront powerful celestials.
Do anything rash.
Easy for you to say. Now, how do I get past all the soldiers?
Something's up. What happened?
And he tells me not to do anything rash.
Mind your business. Damn it!
What? There you go.
Damn! Stop right there! Where did he go? It's you! He's not there!
Whoa, too many.
Stop! There he is! Nowhere to run down! Move! Have a taste of my ass! No! Put it out! Put it out!
be cold.
What's going on here?
Here we are. Fodder, fools, humans. Which is next? That must be Master. Head for the signal.
Silent Hill Townfall is a first-person action-adventure game where the player controls Simon Ordell returning to an island town linked to his past. Gameplay involves exploring fog-covered areas, solving puzzles, and managing limited tools and weapons. Encounters require evasion or direct combat, while a handheld device is used to interact with unstable signals. Progress reveals fragments of events connected to the town of Street Amelia and its inhabitants.
I woke up in the water again. But this time it's different. I keep trying to fix what happened. But no matter what I do,
You can't fix it. It doesn't let us change things. You did what you did.
Phantom Blade Zero is an action role-playing game where the player controls a warrior named Soul, fighting enemies while tracking a conspiracy tied to his past. Combat uses fast melee systems with multiple weapons and techniques that can be combined to change playstyle. Enemies can drop weapons that unlock new abilities. Progress involves moving through interconnected areas, facing stronger opponents, and managing time tied to Soul's limited lifespan.
Near that place, at least not anymore. But you, my darkness.
I knew it. You'd never break so easily. But why did you come back?
The Order's blades are coming. They failed once, but they won't fail again.
Please, take it. Save our people. The girl's nothing but a shell now. She'll never be the same.
You broke my blade.
But we broke your spirit!
Phantom is movement, striking from where none expect. Blade is breath. We channel it into steel, turning any blade into a divine weapon. When Phantom and Blade unite, no enemy stands.
Bond is immature and reckless.
007 First Light is an action-adventure game where the player controls a young James Bond as he enters the MI6 training program. Gameplay revolves around structured missions that combine stealth, hand-to-hand combat, shooting, and gadget use across varied locations. Objectives can be completed through infiltration or direct engagement, depending on the approach chosen. Progression involves advancing through assignments, coordinating with allies, and uncovering a conspiracy linked to a rogue agent.
Need I state the obvious? He is not ready.
James, the service is over.
You're a rare breed, Bond. I should be interested to see what you do next.
009 will employ every manner of subterfuge to avoid capture.
Try not to draw attention to yourself.
Me? Housekeeping, I presume?
You seem the kind of guy who knows what he likes.
So you won't do anything stupid?
Of course not. I'm not an idiot.
Agents have very short life expectancy. And if you do get caught, we will deny ever having heard of you. How does that sound?
When do I start?
Beast of Reincarnation is an action role-playing game where the player controls Emma alongside a companion dog named Ku in post-apocalyptic Japan. Combat combines real-time actions with command-based elements, allowing coordinated attacks between the two characters. Players can customize abilities through skill trees, gear, and spirit stones to shape different playstyles. Progress involves defeating powerful enemies, gaining new abilities, and advancing through regions affected by a spreading blight. Horizon Steel Frontiers is an MMORPG where the player creates a customizable machine hunter and takes part in large-scale battles against mechanical creatures in a desert region called the Deadlands. Combat emphasizes melee weapons alongside ranged options, with systems that allow targeting and breaking machine parts. The game includes cooperative raids with large groups, open-world activities, and player-versus-player encounters between tribes, with progression tied to customization and gear.
안녕하세요. NC소프트의 김택진입니다. 여러분께 NC의 새로운 프로젝트 호라이즌 스틸 프론티어스를 마침내 선보일 수 있게 되어 기쁘다 생각합니다. 2017년 호라이즌 제로 던을 만났을 때 매력적이고 생동감 넘치는 그 세계에 저는 바로 빠져들었습니다. 거대한 기계 생명체와의 전투에 흥분을 감출 수 없었고 미스테리한 내러티브는 저의 호기심을 자극하며 그 세계 끝까지 가게 만들었습니다. 하지만 동시에 이 재미 가득한 세계를 홀로 모험해야 한다는 점은 아쉽게 느껴졌습니다. 이런 세계에서 다른 사람을 만나 함께 협력하며 거대한 기계 생명체와 전투를 한다면 그 얼마나 재미있을까. 그런 상상을 하며 기계 생명체라면 판타지 몬스터보다 훨씬 새롭고 더 재밌을 거란 확신이 있었습니다. 이 매력적인 세계관을 바탕으로 MMO를 만들고 싶었던 거죠. 마침내 그 꿈을 호라이즌 스틸 프론티어스로 이루게 되어 오늘 여러분께 처음 소개해드리게 되었습니다. 호라이즌 스틸 프론티어스는 NC에게 새로운 도전이자 앞으로 펼쳐질 새로운 여정의 출발점입니다. NC 그리고 게릴라 게임스가 협력하여 만들어낸 새로운 호라이즌을 기대해 주시기 바랍니다.
Hi, I'm Jan Bart van Beek. I'm the studio director at Guerrilla, and I also lead our art and animation teams. And I was the one who originally came up with the concept of the Horizon franchise. Now, Horizon is incredibly special to me and to everyone at Guerrilla. This world we've poured our hearts and souls into is a place where humanity, nature, and technology are constantly colliding. It's become a vibrant and living world, full of stories, tribal cultures, and of course those incredible animal-like machines that rule the land. From the very beginning of creating this franchise, we've imagined the Horizon universe as one that could be experienced in many different ways. Horizon Steel Frontiers is a full-fledged MMORPG that NCSoft has built specifically for mobile. Now with Steel Frontiers, you can step into this world anywhere, anytime. Players take on the role of machine hunters, chasing opportunity in a region called the Deadlands. This is inspired by Arizona and New Mexico. You're sharing the frontier with thousands of other players, sometimes working together to take down machines, and other times competing with rival tribes, or fighting over resources. And that mix of cooperation and competition creates moments that you could never script. Now, at the heart of Horizon's story is the search for the balance between humanity, nature, and technology. And sometimes that's harmony, sometimes that's conflict. But it always creates a world filled with mystery and beauty. What we want players to feel is the world's resilience and its hope. And that even when everything seems overwhelming, humanity can adapt, it can survive, and finds meaning in the world. We've already had groups of guerrillas playing Horizon Steel Frontiers together in the office, and it's really amazing. Whenever I get a chance to jump in on an early gameplay test, what really stands out is Steel Frontiers' distinct tone and atmosphere. It has a unique identity of its own, and that's been brought to life by NCSoft developers. But it fits perfectly with the Horizon universe, and that balance between the essence of Horizon and something fresh, that really excites me about this project.
안녕하세요. 호라이즌 스틸 프론티어스의 총괄 프로듀서 이성구입니다. 이 프로젝트를 세상에 처음 선보이게 되어 조금 긴장되기도 하지만 동시에 굉장히 설레네요. 호라이즌 스틸 프론티어스의 핵심 컨셉은 한마디로 압도적인 사이즈의 기계를 공략하는 즐거움입니다. 거대한 기계를 공략하는 재미는 원작 호라이즌 시리즈가 가진 가장 큰 매력이었잖아요. 저희는 이 경험을 MMORPG의 영역으로 확장시키고 있습니다. 가장 중점을 두고 있는 부분은 MMORPG에 맞는 새로운 전투 경험을 설계하는 것입니다. 먼저 거대 기계 공략 과정에서 호라이즌 스틸 프론티어스만의 독창적인 재미를 더하고 있습니다. 예를 들어 기계 몬스터의 특정 부위를 파괴한 뒤 풀캐스트를 활용해 순식간에 접근하여 올라타 파괴한 부위에 함정을 설치하고 상태 이상 효과를 부여할 수 있고요. 전투 중에 기계 몬스터가 드랍한 무기를 마운트에 싣고 들고 다니다가 다른 전투에 활용하는 방식도 가능합니다. 거대 기계 공략의 중심에는 협력과 전략 두 가지 키워드가 핵심 가치로 자리 잡고 있습니다. 거대 기계 공략 과정에서 유저들은 각자의 역할을 수행하고 전략적으로 행동해야 하며 유기적으로 협력해야 합니다. 이러한 전투 방식과 설정들은 대규모 전투에서 훨씬 더 빛을 발하게 됩니다. MMORPG만이 줄 수 있는 스케일과 다이나믹함이죠. 호라이즌 스틸 프론티어스에서는 모든 유저분들이 주인공입니다. 저희는 여러분들이 각자의 개성을 마음껏 표현할 수 있도록 커스터마이징에 많은 공을 들이고 있습니다. 아주 세밀한 부분까지 직접 조절할 수 있도록 말이죠. 먼저 캐릭터 생성 과정에 호라이즌 원작의 부족 컨셉을 녹여냈습니다. 노라, 테낙스, 우타르, 오세람 등 다양한 부족 중 선호하는 부족을 선택해 캐릭터를 생성할 수 있죠. 저희는 유저분들이 원하는 외형을 최대한 구현할 수 있도록 높은 자유도의 커스터마이징을 제공할 계획입니다. 얼굴, 체형, 헤어, 메이크업 등 기본적인 요소를 시작으로 세부적인 부분까지 마음껏 조절할 수 있습니다. 이렇게 만들어진 외형은 다른 유저들과 공유할 수도 있습니다. 단순히 캐릭터를 만드는 것에서 끝나는 게 아니라 자신만의 개성을 뽐내고 서로의 창작물에서 영감을 얻어 캐릭터를 다시 꾸밀 수도 있죠. 여러분의 개성이 담긴 멋진 기계 사냥꾼의 모습으로 호라이즌 스틸 프론티어스를 탐험해 보시기 바랍니다. 호라이즌 스틸 프론티어스의 세상 속에서 자신만의 캐릭터를 육성하고 동료들과 함께 거대한 기계를 공략하고 데드랜드의 기계 사냥꾼으로 살아가는 이야기. 여러분이 하루빨리 이 모험의 주인공이 되는 모습을 보고 싶습니다. 저희도 그날을 위해 최선을 다하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Tides of Annihilation is an action-adventure game set in a ruined version of London where the player controls Gwendolyn during an invasion from another realm. Combat involves fighting groups of enemies while summoning spectral knights, each with different abilities that can be combined for attacks. The game includes battles against large enemies that can be climbed and explored. Progress involves uncovering events behind the invasion and restoring parts of the city.
But you're one of the White King's sorceresses. You destroyed the Whitelands.
That destruction is in fact salvation!
You're insane!
You know not of what you speak. Accept your defeat! Beware!
Lamarak! She's created another folded realm. I can't reach her.
We cannot cross the folded realm, but this spear can. Take the spear.
She's human again.
It seems you do have the capacity to surprise us. Not enough. Change. Directives. Even with your new ally, we end this here. Enemy of my enemy, I lend you my strength.
We fight as one.
escape justice. Justice. There is only the king's will.
Go to hell!
Foolish night and your foolish fun. Faced with the agony of truth, you choose the comfort of lies. Loyalty without inquiry is in itself a betrayal. Your loyalty has condemned this man.
The Blood of Dawnwalker is an open-world action role-playing game set in 14th century Europe, where the player controls Cohen, who lives as a human during the day and a vampire at night. Each form provides different abilities, affecting combat and how situations are handled. The game includes time-based progression, where actions move events forward, decisions influence outcomes, relationships, and which paths remain available while trying to save Cohen's family.
You will sleep through 14 years of flight to your new home on Caesura.
Subnautica 2 is an underwater survival game where the player explores an alien ocean world while managing resources, oxygen, and equipment to stay alive. Gameplay includes crafting tools, vehicles, and customizable bases, along with scanning creatures and gathering materials. It supports solo play and cooperative multiplayer, allowing shared progression. Players move through different underwater regions, facing environmental dangers while adapting through upgrades and uncovering details about the planet.
Styx, humans. I talk. We're gonna do big things together. I sneak. I kill.
Styx Blades of Greed is a stealth-focused action-adventure game where the player controls a goblin named Styx, completing infiltration missions to obtain a resource called quartz. Gameplay revolves around avoiding detection, using abilities like invisibility, cloning, and mind control, along with tools and crafted items. Levels are designed with vertical paths and multiple routes, allowing different approaches. Progress includes unlocking powers and accessing new areas through movement abilities and equipment upgrades.
Power ain't the only thing inside a quartz. There's something darker in there, and it wants out. This whole saving the world thing leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Good thing I got the perfect palate cleanser. Oops. I mean, what's the point of all this power if I'm not supposed to have fun with it?
Star Wars Galactic Racer is a racing game set in an underground league where the player competes across different circuits using vehicles such as land speeders, speeder bikes, and pod racers. Gameplay includes high-speed races with combat elements like ramming and takedowns. Players can customize vehicles to adjust handling and performance. Progression involves competing in solo events or multiplayer matches, building reputation, and advancing through ranked challenges within the league. The Witcher 4 is an action role-playing game where the player controls Ciri as a monster hunter exploring a large open world known as the Continent. Gameplay includes traveling on foot or by horse, engaging in combat, and completing quests across new regions such as Kovir. The game expands player choice through branching decisions and varied character builds, with systems designed to connect story missions, side quests, and open-world activities.
Even Heart of Gold. You've the spirit to overcome adversities aplenty. Darling. Sweeten. Today's the day. Ye fill out your destiny. Forgive me, daughter. 'Twere my only choice.
I shall be the bringer of salvation.
A witcher? Witcher! Whose coin did ye take? Nay, ye can't! 'Tis tradition! Chosen she is, by the gods!
No! You chose her. Back to the village. Go, now.
Nay! I must save them! Save the village!
Save yourself! Run! To shelter! To your father! Run!
Infinity! I'm chosen to resurrect
She were to go to the woods. The chosen one. His tradition.
Oh no, no, no.
It's all we wanted. For her to go to the woods. To go to the gods.
Gods? There are no gods here. There are only monsters.
Light No Fire is a survival sandbox game set on a planet the size of Earth, where the player gathers resources, builds structures, and survives in a shared open world. Gameplay includes crafting, base building, and traveling across varied regions using different methods, such as mounts and flight. It supports solo and cooperative play, allowing players to form communities or explore independently while managing survival systems and interacting with dynamic environments.
Fighting longer than I can remember.
Marvel's Wolverine is an action-adventure game where the player controls Logan using close-range combat with claws, fast movement, and healing abilities during encounters. Gameplay centers on melee combat against various enemies, with mechanics tied to aggression and recovery. The story features characters from the wider X-Men setting, while progression involves moving through connected areas, engaging in missions, and uncovering events linked to Logan's past.
But I'd be lying. Doesn't matter where I go. How far I run. Death's always waiting. Just not for me. Because I ain't no hero.
Mortal Shell 2 is an action role-playing game where the player controls a being that can possess fallen warriors known as shells, each providing different abilities and combat styles. Gameplay focuses on close-range combat, with varied weapons and upgrade paths, allowing different approaches to encounters. The world is interconnected with multiple areas and dungeons, where progress involves discovering new shells, unlocking abilities, and collecting items while facing challenging enemies and bosses.
Void of meaning. It is endless.
That's why she made you. To tread the unfound path. This foul passenger, he's the poison in your mother's heart. You must become the cure.
Who goes there? Oh, you look familiar. Can you aid me? I've been waylaid. Leave me. It's my companion, a feline. He's gone. Nothing. Will you look for him? It's an endless pursuit. I don't think I can go back to routing commerce. If he's been harmed, I don't know what I'd do. Keep an eye out, please.
What's next, Harbinger? You know, once I thought I'd find the eggs, the ova, all on my own. But few remain, and even fewer are unguarded. You've come far. Look. You're nervous? You get used to it. Now go.
I'm Mike Booth from Bad Robot Games, and game director of 4Loop. As a game designer, a core goal of mine has always been to make
4Loop is a third-person action shooter with roguelike elements where the player teams up with others to fight an alien invasion. Missions feature changing objectives, enemies, and environments, requiring repeated attempts after failure. Players use a range of weapons and devices, including systems that allow teammates to return after defeat. Progression involves unlocking gear, improving strategies, and advancing further with each run while uncovering details about the invasion.
Each node represents a different mission with its own risks, rewards, and surprises. Everyone votes to choose the next mission. Once you've chosen a node on the probability map, your team will teleport into the mission. You may have to collect mission-critical resources, or even rescue survivors that can offer cool upgrades for your gear, all while trying to avoid the alien forces constantly sending drop pods and kill bots to stop you. We've worked hard to ensure that there are tons of items to choose from and a lot of strange creatures and mysterious things to encounter. For example, this weird alien plant is called a blink root, where you can collect a blink berry, which will teleport anyone who touches it to a random, distant location. All the various enemies, weapons, items, and mission objectives are all designed to interact with each other in dynamic ways that create emergent gameplay and endless, replayable chaos. That means your decisions really matter, and creativity and improvisation are key. We really want players to try things and think outside the box, like hacking an alien terminal to provide intel to the rest of the team, or being bombarded by killbot drop pods, or barely escaping with your life. And if you do die, don't worry. So long as one of you makes it back to home base, you'll be reprinted and ready to try again. The home base is a place for your team to readjust their strategy, evolve your loadout, and choose rewards from an increasing array of powerful gear and upgrades. Each act of the probability map culminates in one of multiple boss battles. This is the Scanner Boss, a huge geologic surveyor that scans for flux deposits to harvest. Its scan fields are very lethal, creating a dynamic obstacle course of lasers to avoid while attempting to destroy the boss itself. Because the scanner's body rotates like a 3D puzzle, you'll want to spread out and attack it from all sides. All, of course, while avoiding the slow-moving, lethal laser grids. Our goal here is to create something new, where every run has you yelling and laughing and saying, "I can't believe that just happened." We're currently in pre-beta, so there's still plenty of polish to come, and we need players like you to join us in upcoming playtests. Your feedback will be invaluable in helping us make this game truly great. We can't wait for you to play it for yourselves. Now, go and fail to save the world.
This is an SOS from the forward reconnaissance ship Cassiopeia. Our ship...
Directive 8020 is a cinematic sci-fi horror game where the player controls crew members of a crashed colony ship on an alien planet. Gameplay combines exploration, stealth, and quick decision-making while avoiding a hostile organism that can mimic humans. Players switch between characters, with choices affecting who survives and how events unfold. The game includes branching paths, multiple endings, and cooperative play, where different players control crew roles.
We need urgent assistance.
They're right behind me! Open the fucking door!
God.
It's alive.
Please. Help us.
Get me out of here! Or I'm gonna fucking freeze!
It's fucking burning in here! You can't leave me out here!
Please.
Fable is an open-world action role-playing game where the player creates a character and develops their identity through choices that affect reputation and interactions. Gameplay includes melee, ranged, and magic-based combat against various enemies, along with activities such as trading, property management, and relationships with NPCs. Progression is shaped by decisions that influence how characters react and how events unfold across the world of Albion. Fatekeeper is a first-person role-playing game where the player uses melee weapons and magic to fight enemies with different behaviors and weaknesses. Gameplay involves combining sword combat with spell casting while adapting tactics during encounters. Progression includes building a character through attributes, abilities, and equipment choices. Players collect weapons, armor, and relics, with each item affecting combat performance and allowing different playstyles as they move through connected areas.
Tuka Kuranchi, Falumak Hokre Orituma. Takarun Kao Dokuchi, Washikotan. Ketoanshi Utan Fatekeeper.
Another one of those. Finally. Just you wait.
Gothic 1 Remake is an action role-playing game where the player controls a prisoner placed inside a sealed mining colony ruled by rival factions. Gameplay involves completing quests, joining groups, and developing skills that shape combat and progression. The world reacts to player actions, with characters following daily routines and responding to decisions. Progress depends on faction alignment, exploration of connected areas, and improving abilities to survive against enemies and wildlife.
Whispers that those cast aside will shape their days to come. A colony in perpetual conflict, so divided, so full of contradictions. Those who follow the new gods speak of salvation, but faith may have an even grimmer future in store. The bandits preach freedom, anarchy without chains, yet kneel before the mages in the name of balance. Then come the self-proclaimed rulers of the valley, so lost in greed and in the comfort of their fragile arrangement that they long lost any interest in change. And yet, we are all the same, prisoners of the great dome in the sky, with no hope of escaping.
If there's a way out of here, I'll find it.
What you doing up there?
I'm just fixing some leaks.
Grand Theft Auto 6 is an action-adventure game set in an open world where the player controls two characters, Jason and Lucia, across a region inspired by Florida that includes a large city and surrounding areas. Gameplay involves switching between characters, completing missions, and interacting with various activities in the environment. Systems include driving, combat, and dynamic events, with progression tied to story missions and encounters linked to a wider criminal conspiracy.
I'm here for Lucia Caminos. She's supposed to be getting out.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
I seen you here before.
You might have. Hey.
Hey.
Hands above your head, now!
You, stay. The new beginnings.
You break the millions, isn't it?
Trust me, this place is just the start for us.
Ring the bell! Shot release!
The only thing that matters is who you know and what you got.
Gonna do this? We're doing it right.
Yo, D, this full of Fed? They got your name, address, they got everything. Us cops, we gotta protect each other.
Like,
You and me, Lou. You got this.
We got it.
Save my city, baby! My city!
Come to Bill's Annihilation today. We got more guns than all allowed.
Hey.
Hey, if you got friends, can you hook me up, please?
So blue.
Down there, every place has its own kind of color.
Pragmata is a sci-fi action-adventure game where the player controls Hugh and an android named Diana while navigating a lunar facility controlled by rogue AI. Gameplay involves managing both characters at the same time, combining shooting, movement, and hacking to progress. Encounters require coordination between actions and system control, while exploration of the facility reveals paths forward as the pair search for a way to leave the moon.
Thing went out of control. As Pragmata, we're equipped with the ability to override a system's programming. We can stop Edis together.
We'll shut Edis down, and then we'll head to Earth.
Hold on, 8. We'll get you out of there. Thank you.
Targets identified. Neutralizing threats.
Man, Edis again.
I entrust this memo to you. With it, you will learn how to stop Edis. Take it and finish the task I started.
In the way that I wasn't expecting, because of this immoral.
Time's up. We're leaving. You just gonna stay here when this is all done? What do you want?
I want...
VINDICTUS Defying Fate is an action role-playing game where the player selects from different characters, each with unique skills and combat styles. Gameplay focuses on timing-based mechanics, such as dodging, counters, and precise attacks during battles. Players move through structured areas and dungeons, facing enemies that require pattern recognition. Progression includes upgrading abilities and customizing characters, with both solo and cooperative play available for completing combat encounters.
My forests fold.
Soulsframe is an action role-playing game where the player takes on the role of an envoy fighting to restore a world affected by corruption. Gameplay includes melee, ranged, and magic-based combat with a slower, deliberate pace. Players can switch between different abilities using a pack system instead of fixed classes. Progression involves exploring large areas, completing activities with others, and upgrading a central hub that expands with characters and features.
Snapped from sacred tree. And Seren. Sneaky, sneaky. Stole a golden lash before I could gift it. Taught cross the starling bow. When felling fields burn, my gifts returned. Sharp end first. So wear the hide of wild kin for thee, envoy. My arm, my skin. Find me, fawn. Betray me again.
In 2060, Earth is dying, but we might have a solution. We've discovered a 9th planet in our solar system.
Aphelion is a third-person action-adventure game where the player controls 2 astronauts stranded on a frozen planet after a crash. Gameplay alternates between characters, combining traversal using tools like a grappling hook with investigation and survival mechanics. Players must avoid a hostile creature through stealth while navigating shifting terrain. Progress involves finding paths, gathering clues about the planet, and working toward reuniting the 2 characters.
A planet, forming a complex energy network. Most importantly, our instruments have detected a mysterious heat source. A source that could allow liquid water to exist. Ice, snowfall, flowing rivers. This planet could have a complete water cycle. We're ready. We've trained for the harshest environment. Conditions are not optimal yet. But all the raw ingredients for habitability are here. This world has everything to become humanity's new home. It's possible. So we gave it a name. Not for what it is, but for what it will be. We know the cause. Persephone. Tell him the truth. The Greek goddess of fertility. It can't be about omen, right?
So, how did it feel to learn the truth about the night sky tragedy?
ArcheAge Chronicles is a massively multiplayer role-playing game where the player enters a region called Auroria as part of a trading group. Gameplay combines action-based combat using melee, ranged, and magic attacks with movement mechanics like dodging and blocking. Players take part in activities such as gathering, crafting, farming, and trading. Progress involves building a character, interacting with other players, and completing events tied to conflicts and discoveries in the region.
I still have no trust in your kind. Prove yourself. If you survive this trial,
thou shalt not kill. So the priests tell us.
Chronicles Medieval is a sandbox action role-playing game where the player creates a character and rises through a medieval setting by taking part in combat, resource management, and leadership. Gameplay includes recruiting and commanding troops in large-scale battles, along with building and defending castles. Players engage in systems such as crafting, diplomacy, and economy, with progress shaped by decisions that affect territory control and interactions with factions.
I became like them. I took up the sword, prayed I could win redemption through my deeds. But some paths, once taken, have only one ending. I shall find no peace. On this road, there is only death. But that's just my story. Go write your own.
Long ago, you were made for this night, to save the age of man.
Crimson Moon is an action role-playing game where the player controls a Nephilim fighting through a city overrun by supernatural enemies. Gameplay centers on melee combat against demons, undead, and other threats, with encounters designed around repeated runs that change enemy setups. Players gain abilities and upgrades between missions through a central hub. The game supports solo and cooperative play, with systems that adjust difficulty and allow shared progress during missions. Ace Combat: 8 Wings of Thieves is an action flight game where the player pilots military aircraft in mission-based aerial combat. Gameplay includes dogfights, target-based objectives, and the use of different weapons to engage enemies in the air and on the ground. The campaign features structured missions connected by story scenes, with player decisions influencing events. Progress involves completing sorties, improving performance, and advancing through increasingly complex combat scenarios. Ill is a first-person action horror game, where the player moves through a research fort overrun by hostile creatures. Gameplay combines shooting, resource management, and environmental interaction, with enemies reacting dynamically to actions and surroundings. Combat includes weapon handling, upgrades, and inventory control, while physics systems influence both fights and puzzles. Progress involves navigating connected areas, surviving encounters, and uncovering the source of the threat. Alien Deathstorm is a first-person action game where the player takes on the role of a combat engineer sent to a damaged off-world colony during a massive storm. Gameplay combines shooting with survival elements, such as resource management and navigation through unstable structures. Players face hostile alien creatures while dealing with environmental hazards like limited visibility and system failures, progressing by securing areas and uncovering what happened to the colony.
Warning. Adverse weather conditions detected. Wind speeds reaching survival threshold. Seek shelter.
Untitled John Wick Game is a third-person action game where the player controls John Wick in a story set earlier in his career. Gameplay centers on a gun-fu system that combines shooting with close-range combat and environmental interactions. Missions take place across different locations, including sequences that involve driving. Progress involves completing story-driven encounters, using varied tactics in combat, and interacting with characters connected to the criminal underworld.
Versatile, capable, adaptable. He must be grounded, stable, constant. I believe you are ready, sir. Yeah.
Control Resonant is an action role-playing game where the player controls Dylan Faden using supernatural abilities to fight enemies in a distorted version of Manhattan. Gameplay combines melee combat with powers that interact with the environment, including shifting weapons and gravity-based effects. Players move through changing areas affected by anomalies, solving traversal challenges and combat encounters. Progression involves upgrading abilities and shaping how powers develop during missions.
And I'm the creative director of Control Resonant, the game-changing sequel to Control. What you are seeing here is an early mission captured from our in-development build. We play as Dylan Faden, our supernaturally gifted hero, in a version of Manhattan like you haven't seen before. We recently acquired Shift, an ability that empowers Dylan to seamlessly move through gravity anomalies and adapt to the world around him. Here we are showcasing a set of different forms of Dylan's main weapon, the Aberrant, can take, and his supernatural abilities. There are a lot of different ones you can discover to suit your playstyle. While in combat, we encourage you to play aggressively, balancing between melee attacks and abilities.
Any updates for me?
Kind of. You'll know it when you hear it. Just try to stay alive out there, okay?
Almost there, Zoe. I think I hear something. I know where the Resonant is, Zoe. I'll call you back.
Resonants are the dominant threat in what's our most ambitious game to date. And we can't wait to share it with you later in 2026.
Port Desire. A city that don't belong to anyone, but everyone wants a piece.
No Law is a story-driven cyberpunk action RPG set in the lawless city of Port Desire. You play as Gray Harker, a former soldier pulled back into violence after trying to leave his past behind. Gameplay blends first-person shooting with stealth and player choice, letting you approach missions either tactically or with full aggression. The city is built for exploration, with vertical environments, diverse characters, and decisions that shape how events unfold.
Dirt instead of blood. But desire is a fickle mistress. The city won't let me go. It won't forget my name. I asked for nothing, and they still came and took everything. The mayors and anyone that stands in my way, every last one of them. They're gonna learn something real simple. You reap what you...
An autocratic AI controlling our city. It took over the government and let the gangs tear the place apart.
Spine This Is Gun Fu is a single-player action game focused on close-quarters gunfights, inspired by cinematic gun fu combat. You play as Redline, a rebellious street artist, alongside her sentient combat implant Spine as they push back against an oppressive AI regime while searching for her captured brother. The gameplay blends stylish gunplay with beat-em-up mechanics, supported by a dynamic camera system that makes every fight feel like a choreographed action scene. Set in a cyberpunk world of stark contrasts, the experience combines fast-paced combat with a narrative that unfolds through the people and environments you encounter.
I never asked for this.
Onimusha Way of the Sword is an action-focused entry in the Onimusha series set in a dark, reimagined version of Edo-era Kyoto. You follow a lone samurai wielding the mystical Oni gauntlet as he battles Genma, demonic creatures emerging from a world consumed by malice. The game centers on intense, precise sword combat, where timing, parries, and decisive strikes shape every encounter. As you move through corrupted streets and haunted landmarks, the journey unfolds through brutal battles, hidden secrets, and a story driven by the samurai's search for purpose.
Nua is controlling this lightning.
Games. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Anyway, do enjoy.